What's up everybody? So I'm showing my trade review for this week, which is the second week of July. So this is a very pretty trade on GBPUSD and also gold. But you can see all this trade, I wasn't able to take them, so my emotion was in play. So I'm going to explain the charts, how I spotted this opportunity, and the same reason my emotion gets in the way and I missed this opportunity. So I'm going to delete the chart and explain everything again. So that's my box for the day. So start the analysis on daily time frame. Now as you can see, this market is a bullish trend. This is the daily time frame. So this is a bullish trend on daily time frames. So you can see this is the latest high the daily time frame has created. So at this particular moment, the overall direction is bullish, which we put in mind that okay, this market might still push bullish. That's soon, maybe later, create a new high. So but for the now, it's still dropping until it find a good strong support level to bounce up from. So the current support we're having for this week was this level right here. We're having this support level right here, and also we're having this support level here. So that's the one price is currently coming to now. So for this week, we're expecting this market was bullish. We're looking that okay, this market will drop to some points, maybe before buying again. So we want to do top-down analysis to the lower time frame, see how we can take opportunity within the day. So I will explain the chart. So we went to our H4. So despite daily time frame was bearish, but our H4 was still despite daily time frame was bullish, our lower time frame was still bearish. Means that what we might still be looking for opportunity to sell to the next strong zone. So I'm not going to explain the whole week, so I'm just going to explain only Friday, because Friday was the only day for the week I saw an opportunity, and I still didn't take it because of my emotion. So now when I came on Friday morning, now if you see within this box is Friday. So from this open, this is how I set it using trading view indicator. So from this day, this is from 6 a.m. So within this box is when I'll be looking for trades. I also use this for back testing. So once I just come to an okay, this is the moment I start trading from the open from this box to these points. So now we want to do analysis that happened previously, so I can use that same opportunity to take trade today. Now when we come that moment, now we know that daily time frame is bullish, but we'll not start buying at that moment. So we want to do top-down analysis to know where we are really taking the trade. Now daily time frame is bullish, overall bullish, but our lower time frame is bearish. Now we came that Friday, we noticed that okay, this market created this high at this particular moment. Now you can see this market has been dropping. Now it's created a low, created this low, created this high right there, created a new low, and created this high right here. Now which means that we will look for opportunity to sell at this particular moment. So that's why for a daily time frame is bullish, meaning that since market has broke this current support right here, our market is not respecting, that means market might drop to this next support level, which is here, this down point here, this is here, before maybe buying again to the upside. So maybe come down to this support level, then maybe buy to create a new high. So now for currently now, we know that what we are finding our lower time frame for sale. Now if you notice, before this box right here, whereby this our 6 a.m. box, we notice that what this market dropped down. So I don't know if you can see this. So notice that what this market dropped down. Okay, I should shrink this thing. Okay, so you notice that what this market dropped down here, created this high, dropped down, and retest this low right here. which is now currently support level, then what, break down. So if you can see, there was a break and retest around these points right here. So you can see that what, the market break and retest that this point right here, around here, and what, respect it. So market respect these points and drop lower. So at this particular moment, this bearish trend, this bearish trend is still dropping. That means this market will still able to sell to the downside, since the market is still breaking structure to the downside. So we see the latest trend will break and will retest these lows right there. So which means that what, this market is currently dropping. So now what we're still looking for is to look for opportunity to what, to buy, to sell, sorry. So since the market broke this support and retest this point and created this red candle, so now what we needed to do was go to the lower time frame and see how the chart is reacting. So at this point we still also have this resistance right here. So for this resistance points we're having, so I'm just going to draw it. So this high that this market retest was from this point of this week to this point. So you can see the market broke and retest that current support right here, which means that what, there's a strong reason for this market what, to push down to this what, next support, since this market still respected this support resistance area, this support to resistance area. So now we should to go to the lower time frame and see how we're going to take this trade. Now this is the H1 time frame. Now you can notice that after H4 created this high right here, we're still having a minor support around this area, around here, as you can see. So this market broke this low. This is the H4 high that this market retest around here. Then this market dropped down and now it's retesting this inner resistance, as you can see from these points right here. So this market is respecting these points, as you can see. So if H4 was able to create a high around these points, which is this blue line, our assumption is what, that what, market should respect that level, which is this high. So since it's still overall bearish, our own assumption is that what, market should respect this high, drop down from this point, or probably retest and drop, but respect this high. So if we go to H1, that's what we're gonna say, that what, this market at this particular moment, sorry, so this market, come on, so this market dropped down, this is the H4 high, pull back, drop down to this low right here, and probably see retesting a support. So H4 did give us a break and retest, and also H1 also give us a break and retest, you can see. So let me show you again. So you can see, H4 is giving us a break and retest at this level right here. So H4 is giving us a break and retest at this level right here, and secondly H1 is also giving us a break and retest as well at this blue line. So if we go to H1, you can see clearly that what, we have a break and retest here, also a break and a retest around this point. So that's what I saw, and I said, okay, since this market is so overall bullish and we're having series of break and retest at this point, our market is respecting each of the low, that means this market will still probably drop from this point. So that's when we went to our lower time frame. Now if you can see, the chart is clear around here, so you can see, then this market, this is how it went to this up high, 15 times frame low, break, then shift in our structure. Now with the first break and retest was around here, but since this is our starting box for the day, which is our 6 AM, this is where we'll start looking for the trade around this low. So our own assumption at this point at the moment, so since this market is creating this series of high and inside this strong level, and still respecting the support points. Sorry. So this, since this market is respecting this strong level at this moment, so you can see price is breaking and retesting these points at this area right here. So, and we're having series of highs at this particular moment, which by the market might be building pressure around these points. So you can see right there around that black box. So you can see each time the market come to this plate, the market is dropping down massively. So our market is still retesting our support. So that's when we took the opportunity for the sell. So when the market pull back, dropped, pull back and created a lower low, then that's this area, that's where we look for our sell opportunity, since this market is retesting this low right there. So as you can see, we went to a 5 minutes time frame for entry confirmation. Now this is where we would have taken this trade. From this point now, we have an engulfed candle before this green one, before this massive red candle. So this engulfed candle, including this green candle, this is where we would have taken our entry level. Now our stop loss will be above the black box, which is where the market is bringing pressure. Then we'll target our area. Now if you can see, now we'll let go for 3 arrow. So this was a trade on GU that I called on Friday. So this was a trade. So I'm going to explain it again. Daily time frame overall was bearish, which is currently here at this particular moment. But since it's dropping, we'll start looking for area of support whereby this market will drop to before creating a new high. But currently our H4 is what? It's a bearish trend. As you can see, our H4 is a bearish trend. As you can see, it's massively dropping to the downside, creating a series of lows, highs, lows, highs, and lows. So this particular moment will say that what we're selling. So if we look at the current price before the day occurred, notice that what we're having a break and retest. So if you can see, this market created this low, created this high, then break down. Then what? Market will test this but and form this rejection on this moment and create a red candle. So at this particular moment, that's when we know that God, this market still have probability to push down, and we're expecting market what to respect this H4 high right here. So that's when we went to our H4 to see what happening. So it's top down analysis. Now what we will call is that what? This was the H4. This was the H4 high right here. So the moment market retest this point, the market drop massively, see pulling back, respecting this resistance, resistance right here, which was not here, respecting it at that particular moment. So that's where we know that what this market might drop from these points right here. So the moment I took this shot was I've seen this consolidation around here. So market was not showing sign that what this market might not push up from these points. As you can see, after the market drop from these points, retest here, the market drop with this massive candle, retesting this resistance right here. So you can see the market was building pressure. So the market was building pressure around here. So that's when we went to our lower time frame. We say that what market was respecting the points, creating series of highs So each time the market came to this area, the market dropped, and dropped. So the moment this market dropped down, went up, created this mini low. That's why we wait for this market to put back to this same strong support, form an engulfed candle, and that's why this trade played out. But I wasn't able to take this trade because why? I saw the 5 minutes engulfed candle, but instead I was waiting for 15 minutes time frame. I was telling myself, 15 minutes time frame will be the stronger. So instead, the time frame engulfed candle close for me. So it just moment, you see. So this red candle just dropped massive. So I was waiting for this red candle to close. So I would just tell myself I should just wait for the 15 minutes time frame for me to be sure. So I didn't take the trade from 5 minutes. So I missed this trade, which was a clean trade. You can see. So the trade dropped massively. So it's 20 price to come to this next strong support level. So this is for GU. So you can see the trade. So this for GU, and for gold. Gold was same thing. So I spotted gold first, but I didn't still take the trade. Now this was the trade on gold. Was a buy, and this is a 30 pip stop loss. Now I'm going to still explain gold, why I took buy on gold. Now go to daily time frame. So I normally start my analysis on the daily time frame. So if we go to the daily time frame, now the first thing you want to know about the market before doing anything about the market is to know your trend. If possible, know your overall direction. Now, even the baby born to the winner that what this market is currently what is ranging. Now if you can see, how is it ranging? It's not. Now we have a strong support resistance right here. That you notice that ever since this market come to this point, the market drops. Now this is the first high, this is the second high, and this is another high. Now for the low, we have these points right here. We have a point right here, which is strong support. We also have one here though, as you can see. So from this point, so between this point, you can see this market is currently ranging. So which means some people will have already trade. But if you understand structure, market structure, so this is the market structure. So the easier way you can read a trend is when you can read structure. For a bullish trend, you want the market to keep creating highs, lows, highs, lows. Now for this market to remain a bullish trend, you don't want to see this market break this current low. So the market should keep what? Creating new highs. Same for a bearish trend. For the market to remain a bearish trend, the market to creating lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, but do not break this current high. So now if you use that same stuff here, now you understand what's currently going on. Now you notice that what's right here, this market created this high, low, high, low, and high. Now for this market to remain a bullish trend within this range, these points, this market should not break this low. But we see this market break this low right here. So you would have said what? This market is not a bearish trend. But no, it's not a bearish trend. That's one tricky thing about the market. The market do not always trade in that clear form. So there's always some part you need to understand why you are trading for that. While you are trading. Now, if you notice one thing, despite this market broke this low right here, you might probably call it break of structure right here, around here. Now, if you look closely, the market give us an inner structure. So this market created this high. But if you also look closely, there was a low here, a pullback, a low, a pullback, and a low around here. I don't know if you can see it. So there was a pullback around that point. Sorry, there was a mini structure within that point. You can see. So there was a high here, and at the same time, a high here. So at this particular moment, you might say, okay, there's a break of structure. Sorry. So you might say there's a break of structure here, but also there's a mini structure around here. So at this kind of point, you don't want to rush the chart. You want to wait patiently. So let price present you with the information. Sorry, my voice. So let the market present you with the information. So don't rush the charts. So you just wait for price to show you what is really going on. So when you're confused about the charts, stay out of the charts. So you understand what price is doing, what price is trying to do before you what fully put your money or bet on the move. So you can see this market was having a mini structure. Now the reason I took the buy was what? The market broke one of the high, one, and secondly, the resistance, that mini resistance we're having there, you can see market also broke around it. So not only having the broker structure around this previous sorry, let me show you again. We're not only having the breaker structure around this mini high right here, so you can see it clearly. So we're not only having the breaker structure within this mini high, you see, we also break above the resistance right here. So you see, now let me go to H1 and show you clearly. See, there's a high right here. So you can see now clearly on the H4 time frame. So there was a mini trend thing that moved. So you can see create a high, a low, a high, a low. For a market to remain bearish, market must not break this high. So that's why most times you need to do top-down analysis. So don't depend on one time frame. Depend on one time frame might be good, but top-down analysis is the best thing you can do as a trader. So this is the shift on the higher time frame, on the H4 time, the H4 time frame. Sorry. So at this particular point, since we are having H4, this H4 break this high right here and created a new high. We just know that what this market is going to drop to a strong support level before pushing up again. And secondly, the way we still predicted this market, that in a ranging market like this, market will move in two ways. In ranging markets, the market will move low, high, low, high, low, high. So this market will continue moving like this unless this market broke this high or broke this low. So if we broke above this high, you know that what the bearish trend is continuing to this normal direction. If we break below this low, you know that what we're going to start having a bearish trend. So that's one thing you should also put in mind. When we're having a ranging market, market only move in two ways: highs, lows, till the market break the ranging points. Now, for this market, since the market broke this mini high right here and created a new high, we don't know that what this market will push down to some point, then what create a new high and come and do what break this high right there. So the market will come and break that high, which is here, creating what a new high. So now we want to go to our now with this information, you don't want to jump straight to buying. Now you want to look for that lower time frame the price must probably come to what to buy. Now our H4, so on that Friday chart, which was around here, so we notice that what our H4 has been bearish. So you can see this another information, bearish. So you can see creating lows, highs, and lows. Now for this market to remain bearish, we don't want to see this market break above here, but we do know that what this market could turn bullish because of what the daily time frame. So now you can see this market pulled down to these support points right here. So you can see that that's mini support level right here around that area. Then the market started pulling back. Now this market did not only break this place, which is a breakout structure right here. The market also creates what an internal support level, which is what right here. As you can see, which is here. So we know that okay, this is sometime this market will pull back. There will be a time this market will pull back to this support, then what creates high. But that was not happened that Friday. So when we went until this on Friday, so we went to our H4 to see what is going on in the lower time frame. Now this is where we saw what was going on. Now we saw that internal high the market created before the break of structure, right here, there was a lower time frame retest on that resistance, on that support, sorry. You can see, which is an H1 high, which is break, is a high here, pullback. There was a break and retest around these points. So that would have given us a clear trade. That would give me the clear trade I should have taken. So if I go to a light time frame to look from entry points, now this is the chart. You can see this was a clean trade. Sorry. So this was a clean trade. So you can see this high right here, drop down, break above, and there was a retest. And at that moment, we are having our entry confirmation, which was what? An engulfed candle. You can see right here. So, which is here. So, we would have taken this entry here. A stop loss below these points. Then target 1:3. So, my lowest risk to reward is 1:3. So, you can see the trade. So this was a good buy that occurred. So I didn't still take this trade. Why? My emotions. That was having fear of losses, fearing that what either if I'm right or wrong. To tell myself, okay, this is not a perfect engulfed candle. So you know what? That was one thing real trader face as a beginner's trader. I will face all these things, but with time, I just pray. I know with time, I'm going to be taking all my setup. No, I'm pretty good of analysis now. Good at analyzing the chart now better than before, but my weak points, which is my problem now, is my entry. So I'm having issue taking the trade. So I can see the setups, but I won't take it. Why? My emotions. So despite the entry confirmation is there, I won't take it. But I know I'm improving though better than before. I will not just wait for my entry confirmation. I'll just jump in. So I know with time I'm going to get better. So this is a trade on daily time frame on gold that happened on Friday. So I'm going to explain everything again. First of all, the daily time frame overall direction. The market was ranging, which clearly you can see is a ranging market. But if we study the structure within, you notice that what we have a break right here, which the market created a new high, broke a mini high. The market respected the low as we expected, since we have this mini break of structure, create of a new high, and the market dropped down and started pushing up. So we went to our history to see what is currently going on. Notice that what the market didn't only change in our direction, which is what after hitting that strong support. Notice that the market didn't just break in our direction. The market broke above our recent high, which is a change of character. That also creates a mini high. So we also know that what with time this market will pull back to this support, what pull back up again. But for that Friday, we're just looking for that day opportunity. So we notice that what on the lower time frame, which is H1, we're having a break and a retest, which is the mini break and retest, the lower time frame break and retest of this current high right here, the mini high the market created. So you can see, so the break and retest of this high. So if we went to our lower time frame for entry, which is within 5 minutes to 15 times time frame, look for a engulfed candle. You see that what we have this trade opportunity right here. So that's the trade that occurred on Friday. So I didn't take any trade. This was throughout the whole week. I didn't see trade from Monday to Thursday. So Friday was the only day I saw a trade, and I screw up with my emotion. Did take the trade. So we'll go again next week though. We'll try again. I'll keep trying, working on myself. I know I'm going to get better. So thank you.